to. So we do want to thank you for coming to our Summer Preparedness Press Conference. Today you're going to hear from CPS Energy President and CEO Rudy Garza, our Board of Trustees Chair Dr. Francine Romero, our Chief Meteorologist Brian Alonso, our Vice President of Generation Operations Rick Urrutia, our Chief Energy Delivery Officer Richard Medina, and our Chief Customer Strategy Officer Deanna Hardwick. I'll turn it over to Rudy.
All right, well, good morning, and we really thank you all for being here today. I want to start off today by just letting the community know that we've actually sent some crews up to Austin this morning. We had a really difficult storm cell came through Austin on Wednesday evening and knocked out about 65,000 plus customers up there. They asked for mutual aid yesterday. And CPS Energy responded this morning by sending up some crews that got up to Austin to help them with restoration efforts around 7:30 this morning. So our crews will be up there for however long it takes to get Austin back on its feet, and we're glad to help our neighbors, but please keep them in your thoughts and prayers for a safe return home. So today I want to thank our employees, number one, for the work that we've done to ensure we're prepared to serve our community this summer. Our people, plants, and equipment are prepared, and I think it's important for our community to see the leadership team of CPS Energy and our board chair, stand up for you and reassure you that we've done the work that you expect us to do, season in and season out, to make sure that we're prepared to serve in difficult circumstances sometimes. I also want to thank our media partners for being here today to help us reassure our community in this way. We continue to add more energy to our overall generation portfolio as part of our Vision 2027 plan. And I'm really proud of the team for the work that we've done to move our generation plan forward as part of Vision 2027. We've added gas generation. We've added another 160 megawatts of wind capacity. I was recently in South Korea to sign agreements with partners at OCI and LG for another 120 megawatts of storage capacity that we recently agreed to. So we're really moving our strategy ahead on all fronts, and we're one of the fastest growing communities right now in the country. But I feel really good about the work that we've done to get ahead of it. I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it. We need all generation that we can get to serve our growing community. Every megawatt counts. I know there's a lot of talk all the time about whether it should be gas or whether it should be renewables or whether battery storage makes sense. I will tell you that we can build it all and still have trouble meeting the needs of a growing state throughout the ERCOT market. So here at CPS Energy, it's about a diversified energy portfolio and ensuring we get it however we can get it. And again, I feel really good about the work that we've done. Right now, we've got roughly 9,500 megawatts of generation capacity to power through the summer season. That's going to take care of both CPS Energy customers, and it's going to help ERCOT ensure reliability across the system. And I appreciate the work that our power plant employees have done to acquire new generation, to take care of what we've had, and to continue to push that ball forward. There is more than enough energy to cover the peak demand that we expect for our service area this summer. Our plants have been inspected, and our teams continue to focus on working safe as we head into the summer season. We've done the work, but weathering the storm is often, is a one-team effort. And depending upon the conditions across the ERCOT system and the help of the community's conservation efforts, we're going to figure this out. So I will tell you that my buddy Cam next to us is an important part of our process for keeping customers informed of the state of the ERCOT system any given day. I would just ask that our customers continue to pay attention when we say it's a green, yellow, orange, red day. There are things that we ask you to do under those circumstances, which I think Dee will talk about here in a second. But that's our way of communicating with our customers on a regular basis. What's going on with the ERCOT market. So if there's emergency conditions that pop up for all kinds of reasons, what's going on, and you can take action, to help us through those days where things might get tight. So now I'd like to thank our chair of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Francine Romero, for being here with us today. I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Romero for a few comments as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Rudy. Good morning, everybody. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to thank the CPS Energy team for the work they've done leading up to the summer to make sure that everyone can keep their homes and businesses cool this season, and very importantly, for our employees to remain safe. We had our summer readiness briefing last week, and we all saw the team's commitment and dedication to serving the San Antonio community, and I'm proud of the work they've done to get us here today. We do remind the community to learn more about our energy conservation programs to help them manage their bills, and we encourage customers to call CPS Energy at 210-353-2222 if they need bill assistance or to get on a payment plan. Very important to call. They are here to help. So thank you again for being here and for helping create awareness of the work the CPS Energy team has done to prepare for this summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Rudy and Dr. Romero. Now we're going to have our Chief Meteorologist, Brian Alonso, give a weather outlook for us.
Thank you, Melissa. Good morning, everybody. Of course, the big elephant in the room, of course, is what's been going on, especially this past week here. We've seen a lot of rainfall, especially today. We saw officially over an inch at San Antonio International, and earlier this week we saw almost close to 4 inches also as well. So when you tally all of the numbers together, 6 inches of rainfall here in San Antonio in just 1 week alone. And of course, this is what also helped to contribute to some of the flooding issues and the high water rescues that we saw this week. But it's kind of hard to imagine that just about 2 weeks ago, we were talking about record-breaking heat that we were seeing, and we've already seen our first couple of triple-digit days here. We actually have a total of 3 so far. And the question I often get asked is, you know, with temperatures this hot this early in the season, is this a sign of things to come as we head into the summer months? And my response to that is not necessarily, because there's no really correlation that you can derive from what happens at the beginning of the month during the month of May and the rest of the summer. So with our summer forecasts, it's looking like this. Multiple forecasts, including the ones that even come from the Climate Prediction Center, are calling for above average season when it comes to temperatures as we go through June, July, as well as even into August. So I do still anticipate that we will see triple-digit weather. Those days could be coming, especially late into the month of June. That's possible here. So it looks like we're going to see those temperatures getting a little bit hotter. But the big factor and the wild card is what's going to be happening when it comes to precipitation. Now, there's some forecasts out there that are calling for maybe some rain chances starting to increase in the mid and latter part of the summer. So if we start to see more rain chances in the forecast, that would add the extra clouds and precipitation, keep those temperatures down just a little bit. And of course, that would definitely help with the drought and of course the aquifers and all of that. And so we'll look and see what happens as we go through the later part months of the summer. And we're going to be expecting, again, we'll see those temperatures fluctuations that we could be seeing here. So maybe keep those temperatures down to a little bit, especially if we get more moisture into the soil. One of the things that we're also going to be watching for as we go through the next couple of weeks and months is what's going to be happening in the tropics. This season is expected to be an above average season. In fact, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, is calling for about a 60% chance for an average season. And there's several factors that are in play. Normally we watch what's going to be happening with what we call ENSO, is the El Nino Southern Oscillation. And what that is we look at what's happening in the waters in the equatorial Pacific, and usually we see if there's an El Nino or La Nina going on, but actually it looks like neutral conditions are expected as we head into the summer months. So that means there could be a lot of variability going on. I also like to call that La Nada, because it's a little bit of fluctuation, like I said, that could be happening. But we're also going to be watching what's happening into the Gulf. The Gulf has very warm waters, already looking at temperatures around 82 and 83 degrees, so that's enough to sustain a tropical system. And there's some hints that there could be some tropical activity developing later on into the month of June, so we will be watching for that. One of the other factors also that's in play here is the West African monsoon. So as these storms come off the coast of Africa, they tend to get an area of circulation, get an area of low pressure going, and then essentially follow the trade winds and move westward. So this is something, again, we'll be watching for very closely. and at the same time, weaker wind shear. So whenever you have really strong wind shear, that helps to kind of tear these systems apart. But with weaker wind shear, looks like we could see some of those actually sustaining. So this is something we'll be watching for very closely. I'm going to be keeping our teams informed, especially here in San Antonio, and of course, as well as our Corpus Christi and Laredo plants out there. And speaking of plants, I'm going to turn it over to Rick Urrutia, Vice President of Generation Operations, and he's going to talk about plant readiness.
Good job, Brian. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here. So first, I'll start by thanking our CPS Energy employees who have done a tremendous amount of work to prepare our power plants for summer operation. I'm happy to report that our maintenance operations, all of our crews and power generation have done a great job getting our units ready, and we are ready for summer operation. For the past 3 months or so, our teams have been working to prepare each of our power plants for the run. We focus on everything from our outage maintenance to cleanup activities that get our units ready. We really focus on 3 things. It's people, process, and equipment. We want to make sure that our people are ready for the summer, the heat, the long hours of work that we have to perform to operate our power plants. And in our processes, we have to, it's a time for us to refresh our processes, make sure that they're ready for our employees to use successfully. And then last, our equipment. As I mentioned, we just spent 3 months in outage, basically preparing our equipment, our systems and subsystems for the summer heat to make sure that the units are ready through the summer. So all good news. A lot of activities have been performed, and as I stated, we're ready. In addition, as Brian mentioned, we're also preparing for tropical storms and hurricanes, especially at our south plants, in Corpus Christi, Barney Davis, Nueces Bay. Those plants there have prepared separately for those types of events for if they occur. We use lessons learned as well to make sure that whatever happened last year, we introduced into our procedures this year, so we have a even more successful run if an event like a hurricane or a tropical storm is to occur. So we are ready for those types of events as well. So just in summary, teams have done a very good job preparing our units for summer run. We expect a great performance this year, and that's all I have. I'll turn it over to Richard Medina, our Chief Energy Delivery Officer.
Hi, good morning. So first of all, I just want to do a shout out to our crews. They come in and work in the elements, in the heat, in the rain, and in the winter months, in the cold. And they're very proud to go help other utilities out in a time of need. And like Rudy mentioned, they're out helping Austin right now. But for our teams, we manage the transmission and electric grid along with ERCOT. And we do a lot of studies on the transmission system, so there's a lot of work being done there. We do load flow analysis on all the power lines that serve the community, so we're good there. All the checks have been done. The crews have done all their prep work for the summer, making sure our equipment's ready. Our teams are already working out in the heat. And so we're a lot of great work there. We continue to tree trim. Tree trimming, trees are a major source of outages like you see in Austin. We trim about 1,000 miles per year off an 8,000 mile system. So we have 8,000 miles of overhead, 7,000 miles of underground. It's a big system. So I just want to share that with you all, and we're ready for the summer. Thank you. Oh, next I'll turn it over to Deanna, our Chief Customer Strategy Officer.
Stuff and things. Thank you all for being here. My name is Deanna. I am the Chief Customer Strategy Officer here at CPS Energy. And first and foremost, I just want to say that our team members are here to help support our community that we all care about. We are your friends, family members, and neighbors. And so it's important to us to make sure that you are informed on ways to conserve as well as ways to save. And so we have a website set up at cpsenergy.com/conserve and save. And on that page, you'll find information related to our Sustainable for Tomorrow energy plan. Here you'll find rebates for air conditioner tune-ups, plus so much more. There's also a way for you to sign up for our Wi-Fi programs to help conserve when our community needs it the most. We understand that there's a frustration whenever we plea for conservation, but we want you to know that we do it for a reason. Just like water, power sources do have, energy sources are limited. And as you've heard today, we've done everything we can to make sure we have the power available that we need for our community, as well as invest in the infrastructure to get us there. But we also need your help. So when we ask you to conserve, it's to help the community that we all love. We also know that one thing that really helps during the summertime is certainty. And one way we can offer that is through our budget payment plan. That way you can have a set amount due every month, and it takes one less concern off of you. But if that doesn't work for you or you need more assistance, we do have installment plans. We have so many different programs available for senior citizens, people who are on disability, or just anybody who is challenged with paying their bill. You can visit us online at cpsenergy.com, and there we have an assistance finder program, which with a little bit of information, we can help you sign up for one of our many programs and let you know all the different discounts and services and options that we have to help support you. And no matter what your needs are, you can go online, call us at 210-353-2222, or visit us at one of our many events. We are in the community about 10 different places every day, Monday through Saturday, and we're here to help and support you. We also have alerts to keep you informed, and this allows you to know all the great information that our Chief Meteorologist, Brian Alonzo, shares for weather that might be coming in. It gives you updates on your outages, and you can also get bill and payment reminders and so much more. But ultimately, we just want you to know that we are here to help you, and the summer heat doesn't have to be overwhelming, and whatever we can do, please contact us. And now I'll turn it over to Melissa Sorolla.
Thank you, everybody. A lot of great information shared today, and Rudy previewed our friend Cam, who you'll see in more than 400 locations this summer, in English and Spanish, providing energy-saving tips and safety tips for our community. Most days are going to be green days, and that's when we'll share some simple tips that folks can take, and businesses as well. Yellow days will ask you to conserve a little bit more, usually during a specific time frame and usually in the early evening. And we'll only use orange and red if ERCOT calls for grid emergency. So we do want everybody to start getting used to that. This is the 4th year of that campaign, and we're getting some really great feedback. I do want to thank you all for joining us today. For the media that's here, we'll do some one-off interviews right after, and for Telemundo, we'll do some Spanish language. So thank you all again for joining us.